Okay, welcome everybody to this session. We a small but fine session, I would say. Maybe a quick introduction ourselves. I'm very happy to be joined by Andreas. Could you give us a small presentation, please?
Yeah, sure. Shall I do shall I just introduce myself, or just very rapidly what we do?
Yeah, both maybe, and then I shall follow.
Okay. So I'm Andreas Klein of KTM Innovation. I'm part of the KTM group, which is part of the PIERA Mobility Group. We focus on powered two-wheelers. That's KTM, that's Husqvarna, GasGas, Husqvarna bicycles, Raymond bicycles. What we do is not just ordinary bikes, it's no utility bikes, we're performance bikes only. So these offer unique challenges for us, and hence a lot of opportunities for partners to help us overcoming these challenges. As I mentioned, KTM is one, right? But we also own, for example, the Husqvarna brand, which surprises many. And the role of KTM Innovation, where I work, is the digital transformation in everything in the company. And this is the chance for startups to engage with us. We work to make our products become smarter, our production supply chain to become smarter, the whole marketing, sales, distribution, service, financing of our products become smarter, so smart commerce, and also the entire organization itself. With a big catch-up to play, we're classic, very fast-growing company. We've been growing almost 20% every year for the last 10 years. We're the fastest-growing premium brand worldwide in motorcycles, but also in bicycles. Yeah, so we have endless opportunity for partners to help us in our core competencies, but especially outside of the core competencies. Some smart products, it's anything, on the bike around connectivity, sensing, intelligence, safety, HMI, powertrain, especially the powertrain. In smart production, automation, planning, control, quality, tooling, processes, again, sensing. In smart commerce, we are B2B2C, right? So servicing the dealer. What services the dealer then offers to the actual customers, integrating these workflows, point of sale, marketing, digital point of sales, digital marketing, and this always in a multi-brand context. And smart organization is everything in between the various departments and between our suppliers and the dealers to us. So this is what I'm looking for. In Tech Scouting, I have a team of 5 people. We are open 24/7 to anyone worldwide, especially to Israeli startups that have a good idea, a good product, a good technology, a good service that might help us become faster, more flexible, cheaper or better, all right, in something. And we're completely open in how we engage with startups, whether it's just sharing know-how. We just sometimes help companies. It's maybe not really needed by us, but we help them nonetheless understand better the industry of, say, motorcycles. We sometimes even share data for such. We do a lot of trials, a lot of pilots. We run 4 InnoCamps a year, giving up to 20 companies a chance to work in our company directly with us. We do POCs, even large-scale POCs, we do shared development, and we also just buy products. We buy technology, we buy services directly from companies. And we do that on a fairly big scale. So in the last 2 years, 500 startups were screened. With 100 we engaged, 40 projects we actually did. We do this on an ongoing basis, and we increase actually the scale constantly. Yep, that's us. We're kind of a classic company, very focused. Anyone who's got something, is really welcome anytime to engage with us and present what he has. Thanks. That's me.
Thank you. It's very, very, very impressive and interesting. Okay, then I just follow quickly, introducing myself and the company. I also can share a few slides, which I just see. I'm struggling. Why can't I see the screen? Okay. I have to share with you not the presentation screen. I'm afraid somehow it doesn't work. Don't want to waste time. I hope you can see that. That's a bit too big. Getting there. Today is not my technology day, I'm afraid. Okay. My name is Rolf Hardy. I'm working for Deutsche Bahn. It's a railway operator. I'm in the corporate management, responsible for technology and innovation. And I just share with you sort of our vision, our strategy, and maybe provide a base where we sort of can touch on. We just completed a new strategy. Here you see the our vision. Rail mobility will become fully automated, self-learning, artificial intelligence. This is what is driving us forward. COVID has sort of put a little notch into this. A year ago, our strategy said that we're actually doubling passenger turnover by 2030. This may slow down a little bit, but I think a society will catch up again. Mobility is always a passion people share. So we are convinced that we need new approach to cope with that demand. Also, traveling becomes more customer focused. The time where you go to a train station and go to another train station is gone. You want to travel from A to B, and that using multiple sources of transportation, maybe even a motorbike, with which you can rent through your app through the way. And this is what we're gearing up towards. And this is the vision. We sort of heading into it. We have identified 6 major areas where we focus on. This is the digital rail operation, highly available rail technology. We still have to improve a lot in our reliability, digital maintenance, flexible rail technology. An asset is staying with us for over 30 years. So we need to build in some flexibility in our assets. And of course, digital customer experience becomes more and more important, and also the green rail technology. The railway is by definition green. It can be, of course, much more green. We also have diesel trains, and even how is power generated or how much is power consumption is still a long way to go. We have identified these technologies. I will not go into in every detail, but you see connectivity is very important. We have augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain. Sensor technology has become very important, 3D printing, high performance computing, artificial intelligence, and digital twins. All these are technologies we want to develop together with the sector in order to meet that challenge. And I'm coming to my last slide, which is sort of this little neat picture, which simplifies, but I think very neatly shows where we want to go. We believe IoT will be the foundation to really drive that growth we're anticipating, and we will implement, or we are implementing at the moment, IoT in every section of our operation. Is it in the workshops, in the vehicles itself, the infrastructure, the train station, the management of the passengers, and so on and so on. I think the limit is your imagination, where we can actually use IoT technology, digital twins, to improve our service. Is it in efficiency? Is it in quality? Is it in energy consumption, and so on and so on? And for that, we're looking for partners. We're looking for startups. We have a special unit within DB, which is sort of outside DB, which we called Mindbox, which startups can go to and pitch their products. And we pitch every 3 months. We make major events, and selecting products we can then use for our strategy. Okay, so that's us. Now I think this is a round table, and Andreas and myself, we're hoping very much for your questions, comments. I think we are 7 people that you can join per video chat if you want to and talk directly, or you just start typing in your questions.
Okay, there was a question here I see from Dotan. Dotan, do you want to share your video and pose your question directly? You don't have a camera. Okay.
Okay.
So can you do you want to clarify your question when you say what about micro mobility sector?
Micro mobility.
I mean, while you do that, I'm kind of assuming you're talking, of scooters and the like. This is not exactly where we're in, right? Especially KTM as a brand and all our sub brands, we stand for performance, power two-wheelers, which is more a leisure activity. So we are from MotoGP 1 to Dakar. This is where we're at home, where this is a very challenging space. This is what we do, what we focus on. We do power, we do electric mobility. We started that in motorcycles. Realized it's very hard. Electric does work for kind of commuting vehicles like micro. However, we don't believe we, with our cost structure, are the right ones who will make an impact there and who want to lend our brand there. Your question.
Yeah. We are, if I may add a compliment to that, we actually do provide bicycles on train stations, if that is what with micro mobility is meant. So we have a bicycle share scheme where you can with your app you can actually rent a bike and go from your train station to wherever you want to go, and then you just pay as you use the bike. But there's far more to go. I think with micromobility, the key is to work together with different providers, just make it available to the customer, to a common interface.
But I could imagine, right, that kind of scooters of the like, right, would also be a very nice complement to a train, right, at the train station.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone else have a question? We don't quite see. Yeah, Pavel.
Okay, Pavel. Yes, I did struggle this morning to getting access to this platform. That's why you probably didn't see me. We can hook up afterwards. I'm very, very happy to do that. I think that should go directly with the chat. I sort of reserve time for the B2 match platform. So let's meet there.
All right. If there's no questions so far, I'd like to mention that we work actually with quite a number of Israeli startups together already, and we actually enjoy that very much. We found, for example, a lot of great companies in the area of sensing and HMI around motorbikes, with either no specific focus on motorbikes, but very useful technology that would be a good complement, or even useful technology that is directly focused on the motorbike, even better for us, of course. So there's a lot of potential, which is why we're here, and we're going to, I'm sure, go into serious production with a number of them in the next years.
Yeah, it was very interesting, Andreas. I think that there is no further question, but if I may allow a question to see your bikes. Do you see like sort of that the smartphone and the bike sort of join together in the future, or are there any plans to integrate them with some apps and
Oh, absolutely, you're right. I mean, we come from the off-road world, which is very technical in a way. It's on the one hand, it's very technical, but it's not electronically and IT technical.
Yes.
Many of our staff are also coming from this kind of do-it-yourself world, right? However, it's a roadside that has been growing a lot, and even in off-road, we've been discovering there's all sorts of use cases where actually users want to engage with the bike in a kind of direct, not mechanical way.
Mm-hmm.
So we've added connectivity lately. The motorbike industry is way behind the cars, right? It's like 10, 15 years when it comes to that. But absolutely, we've created a whole department. We've bought a whole IT company to produce apps from now on. We have plans to produce about 50 apps around the bike. Various connectivity initiatives and technologies shall be built in, iRun especially, and IoT.
Right.
Very large scale proof of concept now in the second year. It's not so obvious what IoT shall mean and how to do it well for our bikes. That's also cost efficient on the one hand side and brings benefits, but also overcomes the GDPR issues that we have and privacy issues. However, there's we believe this is going to be transformational. So yes, there will be a lot happening. So as in cars, in the last years, most innovation on motorbikes was electronics and IT, and that is accelerating massively, especially on the road, on street bikes.
Do you see a future in electric bikes on like the off-road bikes? Are we going to see that?
Well, yes, we've been the first company in the world who has actually invested in electro bikes. We started in 2007. And we have also discovered, the hard way, how hard it is to make a business out of it. E-bikes are all very nice, but when it comes to performance bikes, the challenges are you need a certain energy density. You're very much constrained by weight to make a bike a performance bike. When it comes to utility bikes, that's easy, right? So that's why scooters, right, are electric, and that's okay. You don't have to lean into the curves, right?
Yes.
Performance bikes are all about curves, and that's all about weight, right?
Yes.
And current cells are just too expensive still, and don't have enough power to allow that. But as soon as they drop, we're ready for them. We're ready to open new niches. We've created a whole R&D for electromobility with almost unlimited funds there to develop that. But it's got to work for us. We are really hard-nosed, business-driven as well. Just for the fun of it, we don't do things.
Sure. So you reckon fuel cells will be more appropriate for high-performance bikes?
Well, right now they are.
Yeah.
But as soon as that changes, right? So we reckon roughly if the energy density in cells double roughly, and the costs about half, right? They will be competitive. And then, there's probably ever more improvement in E. So it's going to grow from there on. And of course, in E, you've got this, immediate torque. That's a very, a very obvious benefit for electro. So there's a great potential in electro. We know it. We just can't wait to develop it. But as long as the cells are where they are, it's it's economically impossible for us, right? But we're ready to switch any moment, right? If tomorrow there's a cell, we're ready to go.
Okay, fascinating. We are also looking at different methods of propulsion. Of course, there's battery-driven trains or fuel cells, because we still have about 1/3 of our network has no electricity, and it seems not economical to actually implement overhead lines. It is very, very expensive. So we're looking into different things. Fuel cells, battery driven, but it's a bit the same thing. The technology is not really there, really. Sort of, you can do some battery applications for short areas, but it's at the beginning. So it will be quite interesting where this is going on the end of the day.
I guess fuel cells might be a little bit more promising for you, right, at the moment.
Yes, actually, it's the power we get out of it is actually not that big, and there's still some overhead on it, so it really balances it out. There are applications where it's appropriate, and some really not.
Yeah,
we will see.
I'm surprised actually. You've got the same in a way. You have a similar weight to performance constraint as well.
Yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it was such a massive train, right? But
but because it is a massive train.
Because it is so massive, you're right. Actually,
it is actually you need a lot of power to accelerate.
That's right.
Curves not really that issue with us. The same as the bikes, but yes, the power density is. So, any more question or suggestions, statements?
Yeah, we can't really see who's there, right? Any one of you is more than welcome to share his camera and microphone, and just have a chat with us.
We have Anton, Pavel, Alon, Doutzen.
Ah, you see that? Okay, Anton is in fact my colleague, right?
Ah, okay. So.
So Pavel, maybe you want to say in what area are you working? What segment? What technology?
Hang on. I think we need to
let him in, right?
Yes, I think I just did that.
Hello?
So I hope I did. Hey, Pavel.
Yeah, hello, Pavel.
Can you see and hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we do.
Oh, but I cannot hear you. I heard you before, but not now.
You can't hear us now.
1 2
when
1
it's
2.
Working when I'm in the session. It's funny.
We can hear you very clear.
Okay.
Indeed.
I think.
Pavel, do you just want to state your question then?
Can you hear?
Yes.
But I cannot hear you. I can talk one directional. But it's not so convenient. Yeah. No, that's funny.
Well, you can. You can. Yeah. He's gone. You can also ask your question on the chat. Okay.
While Pavel does that, I'd like to perhaps emphasize it's not just for the product. I've seen
Here he is again. Can you hear us, Pavel? No?
I don't know.
Well, it seems we have still a way to go with technology.
Yeah, it seems so. I've also seen a lot of very interesting companies, of course, in the area of sensing and AI.
Mm-hmm.
For not just the bike, but for production processes, for quality control.
Right, yes.
I believe, in a way, this is an obvious area that's already in a way here, right? However, for us, being in a niche, but very often it is not quite ready yet to be really used in production, but it is for sure going to come and be widely deployed in so many areas. Just going to, I mean, the next 5 years going to be a radical change.
Yes.
In how we sense, how we operate, how we structure our companies, our processes, and manage them.
Yes, we have a similar focus. We want to use sensor technology, AI, and digital twin to improve our maintenance. Basically, a train is diagnosing itself. So when a train enters the workshop, you already know what is to be done, and ideally you have the spare parts already next to the point where you need it. Because I mean, this sounds funny, but is a train sometimes it's like 300 meters long. So you really want to have your spare part at the right time, otherwise you're carrying it a long way. Or if you have the wrong screwdriver with you, to walk back, it takes a long time. So actually, to be prepared for a maintenance task is quite important. And we do hope that technology is helping us to improve there on the maintenance side.
Oh, our problem is just again on the very opposite side, right? So our bikes are tiny, right, compared to a train. However, we sell in 80 countries, right? We have some 4,000 dealers at service stations and several 100,000 customers, or millions of customers meanwhile. So how to allow them, right, to either repair the bike when you're, for example, sitting somewhere in Wyoming and the next dealer is 1,000 kilometers away. You know, it doesn't even help him that you know, that dealer there can repair that, because with an off-roader you can't even drive there, right?
Yeah.
You may drive a whole day, right, to go there. So the more in the future a bike indeed can tell you what the problem is, and you can assess it, right, or even fix it yourself, or give very clear guidance to a kind of an average non-specialized repair shop, so to speak, right, what to do if you just haven't got the tools, but you can buy the spare parts. That already is a great help.
Cool.
All right, so I think, Pavel, we're going to have a chat. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. By the way, in B2B Match, right, I've tried to lay out quite well, not in detail, but quite a bit what we do and what we're open for, and you know what the challenges may be, from motorsport, MotoGP1 to Dakar Rally, from E to racing cars that we also do, to street bikes and off-road bikes, but also to e-commerce, production, supply chain, and organization itself. So endless opportunities actually to work with us. All right, 1 o'clock, I guess our session's over.
Yes. So thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you, Andreas. It's been
it was great meeting you, Rolf. Actually, you know, we haven't met before. I would actually appreciate maybe having a chat with you as well on IoT and digital transformation.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That would be.
We have more common than we think.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
All right.
Okay. You take care, guys. See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.